Out on the field, the pride of the Southland band crisply marches into the Giant T. The rear, the roar of 97,000 fans rises with each rhythmic step. In the background, George Beatsis is singing "Fight, Balls, Fight." The orange and white Shakers flood the air. The Volunteers are ready at the north end of the football field to burst through the gate. They're coming now, racing onto the field through the Giant T. In that magic moment that says, wherever you are, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We are 7 days away from kickoff. Bru McCoy still being held hostage by USC, held hostage by the NCAA, whoever you want to blame. As of now, I think we might need to start looking ahead to life without Bru McCoy. Now, will he be eligible by the Ball State game? It's yet to be seen. We'll find out. If not Ball State, when? What about going on the road to take on Pitt? What about when Florida comes to Neyland Stadium? September is a huge month for Josh Heupel in his second year at the University of Tennessee. But like I said, I think we need to start looking ahead to what this wide receiver unit may look like without Bru McCoy. We'll get into it. We'll discuss it. As always, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate that. If you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. So if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. I will be live Sunday evening, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, playing NCAA 2013, but more importantly, talking a little Vol football. So come hang out for that. Videos coming your way also tomorrow. Going to be on Locked On VAWLS. Make that your first listen of the day. Jumped on with Eric Kane. That episode will drop at midnight tonight. So when you wake up in the morning, go check out Locked On VAWLS. Make sure you give Eric a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button on his channel as well. He does good stuff over there at Locked On VAWLS. But let's jump into it. Alex Golesh met with the media earlier this week and talked about that wide receiver room. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
We're as deep at the receiver spot in terms of guys we feel good about playing right now. I think they're still continuing to, one, get healthy. It was good to get a couple days off, get some guys that we were being really careful with Jimmy Callaway, Chaz, get those guys back healthy, Squirrel, running around. I think a lot of it will depend on how this next week and a half goes. I think, I've said this before, how they handle camp and spring ball is one thing. How they handle what a real college football player is supposed to be and how they can handle the students on campus now is rush week. I'm driving down Neyland, so I get it. How do they handle all of that? How do they go through a normal Tuesday, Wednesday into a Thursday, a Friday game day, throwing 15 hours of class at them? And I'm not trying to downplay who can play, who cannot play, but who cannot feel like a freshman as a freshman. And if we can play a bunch of guys, that would be awesome. I don't have a number. I feel like we're 2 deep, 2.5 deep there, which a year ago I felt like we started that way, and then I did not feel that way after we started conference play. So the hope is that we can be at 8 guys that can roll through, that can keep us fresh so we can play as fast as we possibly can. But that would be the goal, is to have 7 to 8 that can go. I feel that like we do at this point.
A lot to unpack there from offensive coordinator Alex Golesh. I like him talking about the depth, that he feels comfortable there. But again, talking out of both sides of his mouth. You go back to last year, it was kind of that same conversation. This coaching staff talked about wanting to rotate guys, keep fresh bodies out there on the field. But then as it played out and kind of moved into conference play, there wasn't really much of a rotation. It was more of a 3-man show with Cedric Tillman, VAWLS Jones, and Javonte Payton. And that's why Bru McCoy not being eligible raises a huge red flag. And look, the coaching staff made it very obvious this offseason that they needed to add another wide receiver in addition to what they had. They really pushed hard on Isaiah Nair, ended up missing out on him, and then they land Bru McCoy. Now here we are waiting on him to get eligible. So you've got a lot of production to replace in VAWLS Jones Jr. and Javonte Payton. Besides those guys being gone, obviously, we got Tillman back. So behind Tillman, Jalen Hyatt is your leading returning receiver with 21 catches for 226 yards. Something that Brent Hubbs mentioned on the VolQuest podcast was the possibility of Jalen Hyatt moving back to the outside if Bru McCoy is not eligible. So that will be interesting to watch. I do like in that same media appearance, Alex Golesh kind of praised Jalen Hyatt. He talked about the young freshman wide receivers. He talked about Chaz Nimrod, Caleb Webb, Squirrel White, talked about them kind of looking to the upperclassmen on how to do things, how to go through the day-to-day grind of training camp, of fall camp. And I like that, he didn't just mention that they were looking to upperclassmen like Cedric Tillman. He also included Jalen Hyatt in that list. So very interesting words there. Again, we've heard a lot of positivity about Jalen Hyatt, what he's done, putting on the weight. But not only that, spending time in the film room, but you have to see it on the field of play. Does he produce on game day? And that's what Alex Golesh kind of talking there in that clip is you got to do it on game day. It's more than just the practice field. So when you get past Jalen Hyatt, who is your next returning receiver? Well, the next two would be your tight ends. So when you move down outside of that, you got Jimmy Callaway with 5 receptions for 84 yards and a touchdown. Who else you got on the list? You've got some running backs in the mix. Ramel Keaton, 7 catches. 7 catches last year for Ramel Keaton. He's a guy that, I was kind of hoping we would see a Cedric Tillman-like transformation in Ramel Keaton in this offseason. But it doesn't sound like he did that. It sounds like it's going to kind of be more of the same. Will he be productive in this offense? So who do we look to step up at the wide receiver position if Bru McCoy is not eligible against Ball State? Walker Merrill is another guy that's got a lot of hype this offseason, this fall camp. Last year just had 5 catches. Look, there are a lot of unproven wide receivers in this room. Even Jalen Hyatt, I would call unproven. Ramel Keaton, a senior. It's do or die time for Ramel Keaton. Put up or shut up. Do you want to play in the SEC or not? It's on you. Jimmy Holiday, Jimmy Callaway, unproven. Walker Merrill, unproven. Then you've got the 3 freshman wide receivers. And that's why, again, in the offseason, Josh Heupel, this coaching staff, was looking to add a wide receiver. Because, we as fans, we get excited. We have been hyping up Jalen Hyatt, Jimmy Holiday, and Jimmy Callaway for 3 years now. For 3 years, we've been hyping those guys up. Does Jalen Hyatt actually step forward and deliver this fall? We're going to find out. He's going to have a huge opportunity, particularly if Bru McCoy is not eligible. But the big question for me is I think Jalen Hyatt stays in the slot. So who steps up on that other outside position? Because if nobody rises to the occasion, this offense, I think they're going to be fine, but I don't think they're going to be as dynamic. Bru McCoy is a guy that came in. He even had a lot of question marks, right? We're talking about his athletic potential, but what does he look like on game day? Is he in shape? A guy that's played 1 year of football out of the last 3 years. He comes in after the offseason procedure, hearing he's a little out of shape, but how quick that started to change, how quick he started to come along, started to flash. And then lately you hear that he is absolutely destroying this Tennessee secondary on the practice field. Now, is that a good sign for Bru McCoy or a bad sign for this secondary? Well, we'll find out, because it's about to stop being good on good and it's start to be the good guys versus the bad guys. I think the Ball State game is going to be a glorified scrimmage, and it's going to give us as fans an opportunity to see what this offense looks like with or without Bru McCoy. Because, again, we're 7 days away. Keep that push going on Twitter. Keep pushing on Lincoln Riley. Keep pushing on USC, on the NCAA. The news could come at any moment. It could come as soon as I post this video. It may be made known that Bru McCoy is going to be eligible. But as of now, it's just unknown. So hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. What wide receivers are you looking to step forward if Bru McCoy is not eligible? And do you have that confidence? It's easy to throw a name out like Walker Merrill and say he's been doing great things. He's going to ball out, and maybe he will. And I've said it multiple times, the wide receiver position is something that I think in Josh Heupel's offense is going to be just fine. Just go out there, execute, catch the football, and you're going to score a lot of points. But hit the comment section, and I want to hear from you guys. Also, if you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. I always plug the merchandise, and I appreciate you guys picking up the merch. You guys know the link, bonfire.com/store/talkinballs. But I also want to take a moment to promote this. We are an official affiliate of Spire Sports Group. There is a link in the description below where you can go join the volunteer club. Now, what that means, you're getting involved in the world of recruiting through NIL by donating to Tennessee's collective. When you go down and look here, it says support student athletes. 90% of every dollar generated goes directly to the athletes. What does that mean? It means we have a chance to win with NIL in the world of recruiting. Again, if you hit the link in the description below, kicks a little money our way and also supports the University of Tennessee. You can take a look as little as $5 a month. You get a decal, a newsletter. The more you give, the more you get, including autograph raffles or guaranteed quarterly autographed items, volunteer club branded apparel. You keep going down, custom video message, a private tailgate with Tennessee student athletes, all kinds of stuff. Again, the link is in the description below. Go support Spire Sports Group. That's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.